Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some room to maneuver. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the first play of the game. 74 yards. So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Brandon, I know what I would do in this situation. You're on the road. It's the opening drive. You've gotten all the way down here. I would go for it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of his end zone, Bridgewater. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To the air again with Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. 41 for Will. 26. 26.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go, 47. Gun. Here you go. Get out.
Prescott from the gun. Looking deep for Elliott. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Then we're going to 52.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Let's go. Let's finish now. 4 down. 4 down. Here we go. 47. 47. 26. 26.
The give is to Elliott, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He's got room to run past the 20 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in a run game. No gain.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Second down, Bridgewater. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Back down there. Over here. Back there. Go, go, go. Get out there. Get out there.
Second down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Good, good, good. Good. Woo. 26. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brashad Perriman, 61 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A second down throw for Bridgewater. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Five down, five down.
Bridgewater now. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Four down. Check, check. Go, Delta.
Bridgewater to throw it. Drops this up to Kamara out of the backfield. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
20.
Bridgewater again. Escaping the pressure right. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
They can't stop us, baby.
3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
We go 47. Under. 36.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
We go 46. Gun.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
46. Here we go, 46, 46. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 47, 47. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. He's going to want. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ty Montgomery, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Hustle. Okay, you got 4. Let's go 47. 26.
They go to Elliott again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Good. 26.
Here's Prescott. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Start that over here. Start that. 26.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
Then we're going to 53. Go, get out.
Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Hey, 47. Let's go, get out. 26.
They get it to him running left. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
Here you go. 41's the whip. Let's go, get out. 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Get out. Hey,
Again, it's Elliott. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, we're going right there.
One man in the backfield, Elliott.
Then we're going to 53.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a line.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints are back within a score.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. First down, Bridgewater. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And the ball is knocked out, and the Cowboys have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
46. Hey, 47. Under. 46.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
47. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here go 46. Right there, over here. Right there.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he finds Howard complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And again, it's Prescott. That's caught by Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
41's the whip. Here go 46. 26.
First down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Under. Under. 26.
A give to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Let's go. Let's finish now. 26. Here we go. 47. 47. Here we go. 47. Here we go. 47. 26.
They'll run with Elliott, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
On second down, Prescott again. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. Throw right side taken in by Gallup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Albert away and bring up second down.
Prescott now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Swing to the pit, right. To the right. Hey, we're going right now.
They get it to him running left. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, Bridgewater. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.